Hello and welcome to another Coffee Lovers Box video. And this one we'll be taking a look at Anchorhead Coffee's Sumatra IKA Red Cherry. And this coffee just comes off like smooth and delicious, and it has this interesting deep layer of rich fruit I really like about it. In addition to the sort of natural classic earthiness of a Sumatra, Sumatras often have this deep earthiness, and depending on the quality of the Sumatra, how it's processed and that sort of thing, that can come off as really super earthy. In this one, to me, it comes off more like a combination of deep, rich, caramelized sugar and nuts and chocolate, and really, really dark chocolate. If you had a really high percentage of dark chocolate, because there's this deep richness to it, and also this intriguing brightness about that element of the coffee. But in addition, there's this cherry as well. Now that's all in the taste. The aroma is fascinatingly different experience. So let's go ahead and dive into the aroma, and then I'm going to brew it up on the Kalita Wave, and we can see more about what it's all about. Like I said, on the aroma, it's really not so much about the cherry. The aroma has these really deep, rich, you could say toffee-like aromas. I keep going back to praline because there's this rich caramelization of sugar and toasted nuts, and something about that wraps up like praline in my mind. You can also smell chocolate and nuts too. The cherry part, I believe it's there, because there's something that just kind of grabs at my nose like a bright note. Feels kind of like cherry, but the dominating aroma is really much more sugar, caramelized sugar and nuts, and that kind of combination of smells. But it's going to change dramatically when we get to the cup, so that's going to be fun. Let's go ahead and brew it up on the Kalita Wave, and then we'll come back to it and enjoy a cup of the Sumatra. And we're back. We've just brewed up Anchorhead Coffee's Sumatra IKA Red Cherry, as I call it, Cherry Praline. As I said, the aroma of this coffee had a lot of interesting sugary sweetness to it, toffee, that kind of thing. When I ground the coffee, the aroma got much richer and sweeter too. Much more nuts coming out of it. And I almost got, I got some chocolate as well, and I almost got like the aroma of peanut butter cups. It's really quite a delicious aroma, but interesting from a Sumatra, because that's more of the kind of thing I would expect from a really good Brazil. And the aroma on the brood, interestingly subtle. It's got an incredible smoothness to it though. Kind of moderate sweetness to the aroma of this. It's got a real praline aroma to me. Nuts and sugar, I guess, is what that is. But interestingly, in the aromas, the cherry is very subtle. And I know because I've had this coffee a lot that I'm gonna taste cherry when I drink this, so that might be influencing my viewpoint. But no, the cherry is like really upfront on this to me. And it's not a super sweet cherry. It's more like an essence of cherry. So I'm gonna take a little bit of a leap here and say maybe it's kind of like a cherry tea. This isn't really tea-like. It's a very, I'd say, a full-bodied, rounded, rich coffee, but it's got an essence of cherry like a cherry tea might have of cherry, as opposed to cherry juice, which you might see in like a natural processed Ethiopian, for example, or some other natural processed coffee that tastes a lot of fruit. This is more like you drink it and you're just like, there's cherry in there. Not like this tastes like cherries, but more like there's cherry in there. But it actually comes off quite smooth and, I want to say, simple on the cup. It's cherries and it's sugary, nutty sweetness. And there's a bit of earthiness in there as well, although less on it in the Kalita Wave to me, which is interesting. The other method where I've had it is brewed on a V60, maybe a little bit of more earthiness on it there, but this to me is just cherry and sugar and a bit of nuts. Kind of a delicate caramel smoothness to it. That has been Anchorhead Sumatra IKA Red Cherry. Aside from the cherry notes, they also mention you'll find notes of milk chocolate and nougat. I think that's very apparent as well. You can get this coffee and the others in December's Coffee Lovers Box. It's the last Coffee Lovers Box of the year. If you do want to get in on that, make sure you place your order by December 9th, Saturday, December 9th, 11:59 p.m. Pacific time. You'll see on the order page a timer. Once that timer hits 0, you won't be able to place your order anymore. It's the last box of the year, so make sure you get in on it. If you're watching this video on the order page, you can of course just go ahead and place your order. In the bottom right hand corner of your screen, you'll see a little chat box if you have any questions. visit that chat box, fire away your questions. I'll answer you as soon as I can. If I'm online, we can have a little back and forth. You can also email me, joseph@coffeeloversmag.com. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy this last selection of coffees for the year.